Is the American passport starting to lose its global charm? Why are countries that once welcomed Americans now turning them away or even deporting them in record numbers? What has changed in global diplomacy, immigration policies, and public sentiment that has led to this dramatic shift? In recent years, there's been a growing wave of countries tightening the reins on American citizens, whether they're tourists, expats, or workers. Geopolitical tensions, changing visa policies, and increasing scrutiny of foreign influence have made life increasingly difficult for many Americans abroad. Gone are the days when a blue passport almost guaranteed easy entry and a warm welcome. Now, in several powerful countries, Americans are being shown the door, often with little explanation and sometimes with deep-rooted political reasons behind it. Welcome to Wanderlust Ventures. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon, because we dive into global affairs like no one else, giving you the real picture behind the headlines. Today, we're going to explore 10 powerful countries that are kicking out Americans in record numbers, and the reasons will shock you. Now, buckle up and let's take a global tour of rising nationalism, complex politics, and tough immigration crackdowns. Starting with a superpower that's been flexing its muscles like never before. Number 10. China is the dragon fed up with the eagle. Why is China turning cold towards Americans? What happened to the win-win cooperation slogans that once defined U.S.-China relations? In the last few years, tensions between China and America have reached boiling points over issues like Taiwan, trade, tech bans, and alleged espionage. China has responded by imposing stricter visa rules for Americans and ramping up surveillance on USA citizens inside the country. Journalists, businesspeople, and even tourists have reported being followed, interrogated, or denied entry. Many Americans have been forced to leave under growing pressure, with academic partnerships cut off and English teaching jobs for foreigners drastically reduced. Beijing is making it clear they're watching and they're not in the mood to entertain what they see as American interference. Number 9. Russia. Cold War II. 0. Could we be entering a new era of Cold War hostility? Why is Russia aggressively expelling Americans? Following the invasion of Ukraine and the resulting sanctions from America, Russia has become openly hostile toward American presence. Hundreds of diplomats were expelled. Visas have become nearly impossible to obtain, and Russia has accused Americans of espionage and interference in domestic affairs. Add to that the anti-West propaganda constantly aired in Russian media, and you've got a country that views American citizens with deep suspicion. If you're American in Russia today, you're either already gone or thinking seriously about leaving. Want more shocking global updates like this one? Smash that like button and make sure you're subscribed for weekly content. Number 8. Iran, no place for Uncle Sam. Why is Iran one of the most dangerous places for Americans right now? Why are even dual citizens at risk? Iran and America have had a strained relationship for decades, but in recent years, that hostility has escalated. Iran has detained several Americans on charges of espionage or acting against national security, often using them as political bargaining chips. There's a growing warning from the American government: do not travel to Iran. Dual citizens have been detained without warning, and the Islamic Republic has no diplomatic relations with America, meaning help is limited. In short, Iran has become a red zone and they're not hesitating to send Americans packing. Number 7. North Korea. Americans not welcome. Period. Could you even enter North Korea if you tried? And if you did, would you ever return? North Korea has a complete ban on American tourists, and for good reason. Relations with America have remained extremely hostile, and Americans who've entered in the past have often ended up detained or worse. The tragic case of Otto Warmbier serves as a stark warning. Pyongyang sees America as its number one enemy, and their policies reflect that. Deportation isn't just about overstaying, it's often about survival. Americans aren't just being kicked out, they're banned altogether. Number 6. Venezuela, from friendly to frightening. Why did Venezuela go from welcoming American oil workers to expelling them under threat? Under Hugo Chavez and now Nicolas Maduro, Venezuela's relationship with America has plummeted. Accusations of attempted coups, sanctions, and political meddling have led to a complete breakdown in diplomacy. American businesses were once deeply rooted in Venezuela, but now they're gone. U.S. citizens have been detained, deported, and banned from entering. Caracas sees America as a threat to its sovereignty, and they're clearing out every trace of it. If this list is surprising so far, wait till we get to number 1. It's the last country you'd expect. Don't miss it. And hey, if you're enjoying this deep dive, tap that subscribe button. More jaw-dropping content is on the way. Number 5. Cuba. Warming relations. Think again. Wasn't Cuba getting friendlier with America? So why are Americans still being shown the exit? After a brief thaw during the Obama administration, relations froze again under Trump and remain tense. While some Americans still visit, Cuba has grown wary of American influence. NGOs, missionaries, and even journalists have faced expulsion for counter-revolutionary activity. The Cuban government fears American efforts to promote democracy, and they've responded with tough restrictions and deportations. Even tourists now face visa denials or intense scrutiny. Number 4. Malaysia, cracking down quietly. Is Southeast Asia's favorite expat destination becoming hostile to Americans? What's changing behind the scenes? Malaysia was once a peaceful haven for American retirees, educators, and digital nomads. But recently, immigration rules have tightened. Americans working without the right permits or involved in religious outreach are being deported. There's also a rising tide of nationalism and Islamic conservatism, with authorities suspicious of Westerners spreading values that clash with local norms. And when political tides turn, foreign influence is often the first to go. Number 3. Pakistan, allies turned adversaries. Why is Pakistan expelling Americans even after years of military and financial ties? What's gone wrong? Though America once called Pakistan a major non-NATO ally, that friendship is fading fast. American aid has been cut, drone strikes have angered the public, and visa restrictions have surged. Several NGOs funded by American organizations have been kicked out, and Americans face growing bureaucratic hurdles. The mistrust is mutual, and it's pushing more Americans out of Pakistan every year. If you're still in Islamabad with a USA passport, you're walking a tightrope. Number 2. Turkey. Is Erdogan targeting American? Why are Americans being viewed with suspicion in this NATO country? What's driving the deportations? Turkey is still technically an American ally, but relations have soured dramatically under President Erdogan. Americans have been detained for alleged links to terrorist groups, and visas have become harder to get. Tensions over USA support for Kurdish fighters, the failed 2016 coup, and religious freedom have all added fuel to the fire. It's not just about overstaying your visa, it's political. Turkey is cracking down on dissent, and foreigners are often easy targets. Americans are now finding themselves unwelcome and unwanted. If you haven't subscribed yet, this is the time. Don't miss stories the mainstream media won't tell you, only here on Wanderlust Ventures. Number 1. Canada. Wait, what? Even our neighbor. Could America's closest friend really be turning against its own citizens? What's happening in Canada? It may come as a shock, but Canada has been deporting Americans in record numbers. Whether it's for criminal activity, expired visas, or simply failing to follow immigration rules, more Americans are being shown the door than ever before. And with recent political and social tensions, the welcoming attitude Canadians once had toward their southern neighbors is cooling off. Add to that housing pressures, job protectionism, and COVID-era restrictions that still linger, and Canada has become surprisingly strict. Americans who overstay or violate residency rules are finding themselves in immigration court, pleading to stay. And many are losing. The message is clear. Even the friendliest borders aren't immune to change. So there you have it, 10 powerful nations where being American no longer offers the golden ticket it once did. Whether due to politics, policy, or public opinion, these countries are sending a loud and clear message. The age of American privilege abroad is fading fast. Which of these countries surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this video eye-opening, give it a like, share it with your friends, and of course, subscribe for more raw, real, and relevant global insights from Journey Unfolded. Until next time, stay informed and stay aware. The world is changing fast and you don't want to be left behind.